In Hans's dimly lit dining room, a heavy silence hangs over the family. Hans sits at the head of the table, his expression unreadable in the flickering candlelight. The meager meal laid out is a stark reminder of their desperate circumstances. His wife and children look on with a mix of hunger and despair. Tension fills the air, a silent indictment of Hans's choices. In the small, cozy dining room, Hans sits at the head of the table, his unease palpable. His wife stands opposite him, her hands gripping the table, knuckles bone-white with suppressed fury. "How could you do this again, Hans?" she demands, her voice tight with anger and disappointment. Hans avoids her gaze, feigning ignorance. "I don't know what you're talking about." "The money, Hans. The money is gone again," she cries, her voice laced with desperation. Hans stands alone in the dining room, the remnants of dinner a stark reminder of what was. His wife's face contorts with anguish as she pulls their children close, her eyes blazing with unshed tears. Her body trembles, a visible manifestation of the storm raging within her. She spins on her heel, a whirlwind of despair and fierce resolve, ready to leave. "I wish you would become a better person and respect my faith," she cries, her voice cracking with emotion. The door slams, and Hans's mocking laughter fills the room, a hollow echo bouncing off the walls. His bravado falters as shadows lengthen, the atmosphere shifting from arrogance to unease. A sudden flicker disrupts the scene, a prelude to the encroaching darkness. The lights die, plunging Hans's living room into a suffocating blackness. Silence descends, amplifying the sense of isolation and vulnerability that now grips Hans. The darkness seems to press in, a tangible manifestation of his fading courage. An eerie glow envelops Hans's living room, casting long, dancing shadows that hint at the impossible. From thin air, a figure begins to coalesce, flames licking at its form. The figure takes shape, revealing the fiery visage of a Jewish artist returned from the grave. Flames dance around him, illuminating a face etched with centuries of untold stories. The room pulses with heat and spectral light, the impossible made terrifyingly real. A moment of stunned silence hangs heavy, broken only by the crackling of the unnatural fire. A fiery, spectral figure casts a chilling shadow over Hans in his living room. Hans stands frozen, his eyes wide with terror, his body rigid with fear. The figure towers over Hans, its presence filling the room with dread. The spectral figure speaks, its voice echoing. "Are you frightened, Hans?" The figure declares ominously, "I am the ghost of Kippur past." Dim light fills Hans's living room, casting long shadows that dance with the ethereal glow of the ghost of Kippur past. The ghost's eyes, ancient and sorrowful, pierce through the gloom, hinting at the weight of forgotten sins. An ethereal hand gestures, the air shimmering in its wake, as if reality itself bends to his will. "I am here to show you the harm you have inflicted," the ghost declares, his voice echoing with otherworldly resonance. "On Jewish people throughout your life," he continues, his words a solemn judgment hanging in the air. "And to educate you about Zionism," the ghost concludes, his presence a beacon in the encroaching darkness. A bare bulb glares, a beacon in Hans's shadowy living room, where darkness reigns beyond its reach. Hallucinations flicker, synagogues twist into grotesque parodies, conjured by an unseen spirit. Each vision intensifies, a disturbing echo of sacred places now defiled by dark magic. The darkness closes in, heavy and suffocating, as the room becomes a canvas for terror. Transfixed, I watch as the memories warp, each more unsettling than the last. The air crackles with unseen energy, a palpable sense of dread permeating every corner. Inside the synagogue, the sacred space vibrates with the murmur of prayer. Suddenly, Hans storms in, his face a mask of malice, shattering the peace. He disrupts the rabbi, his actions a stark violation of faith and sanctuary. Jewish worshippers recoil in shock, their faces etched with disbelief and fear. The air thickens with tension as Hans' hatred clashes against unwavering faith. Inside the synagogue, young Hans's eyes gleam cruelly as he raises his arm, a stone clutched in his fist. The stone flies, a small projectile of hate aimed at a group of innocent children. Jewish children scream, kippahs askew, as the stones rain down around them, terror etching their faces. A stone strikes near a child's feet, the impact sending dust and fear spiraling into the air. They scatter like frightened birds, their small bodies desperate to escape Hans's relentless assault. The echo of their cries fills the sacred space, a stark contrast to the intended peace of the synagogue. Darkness descends, shrouding Hans's living room in an impenetrable night. Two tiny, fiery figures materialize, representing Hans and his wife. Initially, the figures walk side by side, radiating warmth and happiness. Their bright flames flicker, casting dancing shadows that stretch and sway. A silent promise of togetherness glows within their miniature forms. The darkness seems to press in, a stark contrast to their radiant companionship. A cramped apartment living room, shadows clinging to every corner. The air vibrates with unspoken tension. Dominating the wall, a freshly plastered poster screams, "Adolf Hitler was right." Hans stands defiantly, a rigid posture against the decaying wallpaper. Across from him, his wife's face is a mask of despair, tears carving paths through her makeup. Her silent tears speak volumes against the backdrop of rising shadows and fanatical belief. In Hans's living room, the ghost of Kippur past shimmers, its ethereal form filling the room with an otherworldly glow. The ghost watches Hans, its expectant gaze piercing through him, seeking the truth within. "Do you feel sadness or guilt?" the ghost asks, its voice echoing with centuries of sorrow and regret. Hans shifts uncomfortably under the spectral scrutiny, his eyes darting around the room, avoiding the ghost's intense stare. "Maybe a little bit," Hans confesses, his voice barely a whisper, tinged with a hint of remorse. In Hans's living room, the ghost of Kippur past smiles grimly, a sinister glint in his spectral eyes. The ghost of Kippur past declares, "Perhaps this shall convince you, Hans." The ghost's eyes gleam, promising a deeper, more unsettling revelation. He prepares to unveil a profound vision to Hans, altering the course of the night. The spirit unfurls, warping reality as Hans is plunged into a maelstrom of historical echoes and spectral visions. A chaotic tableau of the 1948 war engulfs him, a desperate fight for survival amidst the birth of Israel. Arab armies clash against the fledgling nation, a fierce storm of conflict unleashed upon the promised land. Dust and smoke billow, a choking shroud over the battlefield, where every breath is a struggle for existence. The Jewish people stand as lions, their courage a blazing defiance against the encroaching darkness. Each strike, each fallen body, etches a tale of resilience into the blood-soaked earth, a testament to their resolve. In the dim light, a spectral figure shimmers into existence, its translucent form drawing the eye. The ghost stares intently at Hans, an ethereal judge observing a mortal soul. Hans throws his head back, a peal of laughter echoing maniacally through the room. The laughter bounces off the walls, filling the space with a hollow sound. The ghost's voice cuts through Hans's laughter. "What would you do if someone stole your home and killed your family?" The question hangs heavy in the air, a challenge to Hans's twisted amusement. The ghost of Kippur past sighs dramatically, a visible wave of disgust washing over its spectral face. A shimmering, ethereal light intensifies around the ghost, pulsating with otherworldly energy. The air crackles with unseen power as the ghost prepares to deliver its next pronouncement. "The next spirit will arrive at midnight near the city center," the ghost announces, its voice echoing. A sense of foreboding fills Hans's living room as the ghost reveals the next stage of his journey. The spectral light dims slightly, leaving a lingering sense of anticipation for what is to come. The ghost of Kippur past implores Hans to heed his warnings, his spectral form radiating an urgent plea for introspection. A final, sorrowful gaze from the ghost lingers, heavy with the weight of unheeded lessons and impending doom. Flames erupt, consuming the ghost in a blaze of fiery repentance as he disappears from sight. The lingering scent of sulfur and old regrets fills the room, a haunting reminder of the ghost's visit. Under the cloak of night, Hans navigates the deserted city streets, his figure a solitary silhouette against the dim glow of streetlights. Each footstep echoes through the silent streets, amplifying the stillness of the sleeping city. He walks with purpose towards the city center, a lone traveler in an urban expanse devoid of life. The city's quiet hum serves as a backdrop to his determined march, a stark contrast to the secrets hidden in the shadows. Under the cloak of night, Hans arrives at a city corner, his figure illuminated by the soft glow of streetlights. Across the street, a synagogue stands as a silent sentinel, its presence adding weight to the scene. He shifts, a palpable sense of nervous anticipation radiating from him as he scans the surroundings. The city's distant hum accentuates the heavy silence, amplifying the tension in the air. Each passing moment stretches into an eternity as Hans waits, his fate hanging in the balance. Amidst the city's dull roar, an unseen presence pierces Hans' thoughts. Startled, Hans whirls around, his eyes wide with surprise and a flicker of unease. An anonymous voice cuts through the air, posing an unexpected question. Voice OS asks, "Have you ever heard a Jewish prayer?" Hans's expression shifts, a complex mix of curiosity and apprehension clouding his features. In the city center, a spectral figure shimmers into existence, his form flickering like a candle in the wind. He appears as a disheveled author, a Jewish spirit with a book and cup of wine, his clothes askew. Wine sloshes in his grasp as he proclaims, his voice echoing slightly. "Greetings. I am the ghost of Kippur present." An ethereal glow surrounds him, casting long shadows that dance and writhe with every word. At a bustling city center corner, the ghost of Kippur present extends a spectral hand, offering Hans a shimmering, ethereal drink. Hans politely declines the spirit's offer, a subtle shake of his head conveying his firm refusal. The unfazed spirit then gestures towards the looming silhouette of the synagogue, its presence dominating the skyline. The ghost of Kippur present beckons, his voice echoing with an otherworldly invitation. "Come, Hans." An ethereal invitation hangs in the air, a silent plea to confront the past. "Let us enter the synagogue together." The imposing synagogue stands as a silent witness, a gateway to memories and confrontations in the heart of the city. Hans and the spirit step into the synagogue, its vast emptiness amplifying the darkness. Silence echoes as they move deeper, shadows dancing in the faint light. The spirit gestures towards the walls, covered in ancient pictures and cryptic symbols. Hans observes the faded images, a sense of mystery and history filling the air. Each symbol whispers forgotten tales, their meanings lost to time yet palpable in the stillness. In the sacred space of the synagogue, the ghost of Kippur present radiates a soft glow, an ethereal guardian amidst ancient symbols. The air is thick with the scent of old wood and unspoken prayers, the weight of generations settling upon the hallowed ground. Light streams through stained glass, painting the walls with vibrant hues, each symbol a testament to enduring faith. These symbols speak of hope and remembrance, the ghost proclaims, its voice echoing through the synagogue's solemn space. The ghost gestures towards the symbols, each a testament to our enduring faith. "Love your neighbor as yourself," the ghost says, its words resounding with divine authority. In the silent synagogue, Hans stands alone, his figure stark against the solemn backdrop, tears glistening. Grief contorts his face, each sob a visible echo of profound sorrow and regret. He clutches his chest, a visceral display of longing and remorse seizing him. His voice cracks with anguish. "I wish I could go back. I felt it. The beauty of the prayer, firsthand." Within the dim synagogue, shadows dance as the ghost of Kippur present raises its hand. Magic surges, and the synagogue bursts into vibrant light, chasing away the darkness. Joy fills the sacred space, illuminating every corner with a warm, inviting glow. The ancient walls resonate with the uplifting sounds of traditional Jewish prayers. Echoes of devotion swirl, blending with the radiant light in a harmonious symphony. A sense of peace descends as the synagogue transforms into a beacon of hope and faith. Shafts of light illuminate dust motes in the synagogue, its air heavy with old wood and candle wax. A spectral form shimmers into existence before Hans, its edges blurring in the dim light. Hans stands frozen, his eyes wide, a terrifying yet elating realization dawning. The spirit's ethereal voice echoes, piercing the silence. "Can you hear the prayers?" Hans, captivated and terrified, whispers a single, affirmative response. "Yes." The spectral figure watches Hans, as if waiting for something more. In the dim synagogue, the ghost of Kippur present shimmers, its form barely visible in the ethereal light. Ancient Torah scrolls stand sentinel, their silver ornaments reflecting faint glimmers of hope and memory. The ghost's voice echoes softly, carrying the weight of generations and the wisdom of ages. Prayer should enter not just the ears, but also the heart. The ghost intones, its words resonating deeply. The synagogue holds its breath, awaiting the transformation that the ghost's words promise to bring. The synagogue fades into darkness, shadows dancing across the sacred space. In the dim light, two young Christian teenagers emerge, their faces etched with innocence. An ethereal spirit materializes, its form shimmering in the gloom. The spirit's voice echoes, identifying the youths' want and ignorance. A chilling revelation hangs in the air, casting a pall over the sacred space. Dim light fills the synagogue, casting long shadows that dance with the spectral form of the ghost of Kippur present. The ghost gestures grandly, its ethereal hand slicing through the heavy, silent air. Ancient symbols etched into the synagogue walls begin to pulse with an eerie, unholy light. The air crackles with unseen energy, a palpable sense of dread permeating the sacred space. These figures are the very manifestation of all anti-Semitism in humans. The ghost booms, its voice echoing. The symbols flare brighter, casting stark relief on the ghost's sorrowful, spectral face. In the dimly lit synagogue, shadows dance across the stained glass windows, casting an eerie glow on the empty hall. Young Want stands alone, a figure of chilling resolve amidst the silent pews. His small hand grips a knife, the cold steel glinting ominously in the filtered light. The blade reflects in his dark eyes, a silent promise of violence hanging in the air. His voice echoes through the sacred space, a haunting question that shatters the solemn atmosphere. "Are there any Jews left to consume?" he asks, his words laced with a chilling innocence. The synagogue pulses with unspoken anticipation, a hive of hushed conversations. Young Ignorance, a stark figure in protest attire, stands defiantly against the backdrop of tradition. His face, a canvas of youthful confusion and anger, mirrors the turmoil within. His voice cracks with raw emotion, slicing through the air. "Are there no Jews to blame for the occupation of lands?" A hush falls, every eye drawn to Ignorance, as his question hangs heavy in the sacred space. Inside the synagogue, Hans stands frozen, the sacred space amplifying his torment. The weight of his sins crashes down, his face contorted in silent, unbearable anguish. Tears stream down his face like relentless waterfalls, each drop a testament to his guilt. His silent weeping echoes in the hallowed chamber, a symphony of remorse and regret. Inside the ancient synagogue, shadows dance in the candlelight, illuminating the sacred space as Hans enters. Tears carve paths down his face as he kneels before the altar, his body trembling with anguish and regret. His voice cracks, a raw plea tearing through the solemn silence. "Mercy, I beg you, show me mercy." The altar looms large, an unyielding witness to Hans's desperate supplication and profound sorrow. Echoes of his plea reverberate through the synagogue, a haunting cry for redemption in the hallowed hall. The ghost of Kippur present gestures, initiating a haunting transformation within the sacred space. Ornate details blur, the stained glass losing its vibrant colors as the synagogue's essence begins to fade. Wooden pews splinter and crack, symbols of faith disintegrating into dust and forgotten memories. The structure crumbles, leaving nothing but ashes, a stark testament to transience and loss. Hans and the spirit leave the area, their figures stark against the night. Hans glances back, a chilling realization dawning in his eyes. The synagogue is engulfed in flames, a horrifying spectacle of destruction. Smoke billows into the night sky, carrying the scent of burning wood and shattered faith. The inferno casts long, dancing shadows, painting a scene of utter devastation. Hans stares in disbelief. The burning synagogue, a symbol of unimaginable loss. On a bustling city street, the ghost of Kippur present makes a grand gesture, his spectral form shimmering under the sunlight. His ethereal presence commands attention as he speaks of irreversible fate. Despite Hans's change of heart, the ghost declares, his voice echoing with ancient sorrow. The synagogue had to burn in the name of Elohim, the Jewish God, he says, sealing a tragic destiny. On a desolate city street, unseen spirits guide Hans, their ethereal presence urging him forward. He walks with purpose, his footsteps echoing in the urban emptiness, drawn deeper into the labyrinthine streets. The spirits lead him along the most forsaken paths, where shadows dance and secrets linger. Each step is a calculated move, ensuring the ghost of Kippur future can find its mark. The city's grim facade looms over him, a silent witness to the unfolding drama. Unbeknownst to Hans, he is a pawn in a spectral game, his fate hanging in the balance. In the dead of night, Hans journeys into the city's darkened alleys, where shadows dance and secrets lurk. Each step echoes in the oppressive stillness, the air thick with unspoken threats. Dim light struggles to penetrate the gloom, revealing glimpses of graffiti-covered walls. The silence is broken only by the distant sounds of the city, a constant reminder of isolation. A sense of unease settles in, as if the very stones are watching, waiting. Hans presses on, his figure, a solitary silhouette against the backdrop of urban decay. In a dark alley, shadows twist and deepen as a hooded figure emerges, its presence radiating an aura of chilling mystery. The figure clutches a scythe, its sharp blade glinting ominously under the dim light. A harbinger of dread, Hans stands paralyzed, his eyes wide with terror, every muscle tense as he faces the embodiment of his deepest fears. The alley seems to close in, the air thick with anticipation as the figure looms closer, promising an inescapable doom. In the inky blackness of the alley, Hans reels back, his eyes widened in pure terror, every muscle tense with fear. His voice, a mere whisper, trembles as he confronts the unseen horror lurking in the shadows. Are you the ghost of Kippur future?" he pleads, his voice cracking under the weight of his dread. His desperate plea echoes into the darkness, a prayer for salvation against the specter before him. "Please, have mercy," he cries out, his words a desperate offering to the spectral presence that looms. In the dark alley, the ghost of Kippur future melts into cold brick, an eerie portal opening in its wake. Distorted figures flicker to life, like shadows dancing in a dying fire, their forms barely contained. Spectral glasses rise in a ghostly toast, their celebration echoing with hollow laughter. The alley air grows heavy with unseen presence, the boundary between worlds thinning. The spectral party intensifies, a macabre revelry in the heart of the forgotten darkness. In the dark alley, Hans grins, a wide, naive smile lighting up his face with unfounded optimism. He scans the surroundings, his innocent eyes overlooking the grim reality of the alley. A hopeful question escapes his lips, filled with anticipation. "Is this true? Is this the life I'm going to have?" he asks, his voice echoing in the narrow, shadowed space. In the dark alley, the ghost points a spectral finger. On the damp alley wall, a reflection shimmers, hinting at unseen events. Shadowy figures emerge, their forms indistinct, their purpose grim. They bear a heavy burden, Hans's coffin, a dark rectangle against the night. The procession moves with solemn pace, a silent march towards the graveyard. Each step echoes the finality of loss, a mournful journey into the unknown. In the dim alley, Hans's wife stands alone, sorrow carving deep lines into her face as tears stream down her cheeks. Her voice cracks, each word echoing in the narrow space, a testament to her profound grief. Her tearful gaze is distant, filled with longing as she whispers a heartfelt desire. "I want to travel to Israel next year," she says, her voice a fragile echo in the night. In the dimly lit alley, shadows play around Hans, highlighting his trembling figure and face etched with fear. Each flicker of light deepens the lines of remorse on his face, painting a portrait of regret in the urban gloom. The alley's darkness seems to press in, amplifying his vulnerability as he stands alone with his dread. His voice cracks, fear lacing every word as he questions his fate. "Is this the future I will get?" Echoes of his question linger in the air, unanswered, as the shadows continue their dance around him. In the graveyard, the ghost of Kippur future shimmers into existence, its ethereal form radiating a chilling aura. The air crackles with otherworldly energy as the ghost gestures, its spectral finger aiming towards an empty tombstone. Moonlight catches the smooth, cold surface of the tombstone, its blankness a stark and ominous omen. The scene unfolds with ghostly light, the graveyard silent except for the whisper of the wind. In the desolate graveyard, Hans kneels, his figure a silhouette against the somber tombstones. Tears stream down his face, each drop a heavy testament to his despair. He clutches his hands, knuckles white, as he begs for redemption. His voice cracks, raw with anguish, echoing through the silent field. "I swear, I will never be an anti-Semite again," he cries out, his plea piercing the stillness. "Please, just give me one last chance," he pleads, desperation clinging to every word. The Reaper stands in the graveyard, a silent sentinel amidst the stones. With a gesture, the Reaper points a skeletal finger towards a weathered tombstone. Letters begin to magically appear on the stone's surface, glowing faintly in the dim light. Hans's name etches itself onto the stone, followed by the stark finality of his date of death. Under the stark moonlight, Hans trembles, his face ghostly white against the looming Gothic gravestones. His voice cracks, a desperate plea piercing the silent graveyard, revealing the depth of his terror. "I promise, I'll become a Jew myself," he cries, his words echoing in the night. "I'll keep Shabbat, atone for my crimes, and read the Torah every day." Hans vows, begging for salvation. A weathered tombstone rises from the somber ground, its gray facade stark against the pale sky. The air hangs heavy, thick with the silence of ages and the weight of unspoken grief. An inscription etches a tale of injustice, its words accusatory and filled with sorrow. "Died from anti-Semitism and hate killed him," a voice whispers, echoing through the silent graveyard. The tombstone stands as a stark reminder, a silent scream against the darkness of prejudice. In the graveyard, the Grim Reaper towers, his presence a chilling omen against the backdrop of ancient tombstones. The scythe gleams under the pale moonlight, raised high, poised to deliver its fatal blow. Hans kneels, awaiting his fate, his face etched with a mixture of fear and resignation. The air stills, the only sound the rustle of leaves as the Reaper prepares to strike. A moment of stark terror hangs suspended as the scythe begins its descent. Shadows lengthen, the graveyard silent save for the whisper of death closing in on Hans. Dawn breaks as Hans jolts awake, sheets tangled, sweat glistening on his brow. He gasps, eyes wide, heart hammering against his ribs. Relief washes over him, a cool wave calming his frantic senses. A profound sense of change settles in, reshaping his gaze, his very being. Hans sits in his sparsely decorated room, a pen heavy in his hand, his brow furrowed with the weight of regret. He begins to write, each stroke a confession of love and remorse, pouring his heart onto the page. He pours his heart out onto the page. A narration whispers, each word a testament to his love for his wife. He commits to embracing her faith, seeking redemption and shared belief, a promise etched in ink. Under the pale dawn, Hans races through deserted city streets, his frantic breath misting in the frigid air. His gaze darts wildly, a desperate hunt for his family amidst the urban emptiness. Each footfall echoes with his resolve, a stark contrast to the fragile hope flickering within his eyes. Determination carves deep lines into his face, a map of worry etched by love and fear. Sunlight floods the rebuilt synagogue, illuminating the polished wood and stained glass. Hans enters, the doorway framing him against the bright morning light. He finds a seat in a pew, the silence of the sanctuary enveloping him. Lost in thought, Hans listens to the Hebrew prayers, a sense of peace washing over him. His gaze drifts upwards, reflecting on a past now bathed in the soft glow of forgiveness. Sunlight paints the synagogue in hues of reverence, each dust mote a tiny dancer in the hallowed air. Hans, a man sculpted by regret, treads softly on the polished floor, his approach to the rabbi measured and solemn. He halts, a respectful space between them, his gaze lowered in supplication and shame. "Rabbi, I seek guidance," he confesses, his voice thick with remorse. "I need to atone for my sins." In the rabbi's office, sunlight paints the walls with vibrant colors, illuminating years of wisdom etched on his face. The rabbi sits, a figure of quiet strength, behind a massive wooden desk. He listens intently to Hans, his eyes reflecting both empathy and a deep understanding. Sunlight filters through stained glass, casting intricate patterns on the ancient walls. The rabbi nods gently, his small gestures offering silent encouragement to Hans. A serene atmosphere fills the room, a sanctuary of hope and guidance. Hans steps through the front door, the scent of home a bittersweet comfort. His family awaits, their faces etched with worry. A silent greeting passes between them, heavy with unspoken fears. The children's eyes search his, seeking reassurance he struggles to provide. His wife's hand trembles as she reaches out, a gesture of solidarity in the face of uncertainty. The air thickens with apprehension, each breath a shared weight of what might come. Hans extends a trembling hand, offering a carefully folded letter to his wife. His remorseful eyes search hers, seeking any flicker of forgiveness in the quiet room. She takes the letter, the soft rustle of paper, the only sound. "I wrote this for you. I wanted to express how deeply sorry I am for everything," Hans whispers. In Hans's home, his wife's eyes reflect a newfound understanding, softened by his heartfelt words. A tender smile graces her lips as she nods, signaling her agreement to give their love another chance. They embrace tightly, a silent promise of reconciliation and forgiveness filling the space between them. Tears of joy stream down their faces, a testament to the renewed commitment blossoming in their hearts. The depth of their bond is palpable, marked by a profound sense of relief and happiness. Their embrace deepens, sealing their renewed love with unwavering hope. Sunlight floods Hans' study as he pores over the Torah, a worn copy open before him on the desk. His brow furrows in concentration, reflecting the weight of ancient wisdom and personal struggle. He pauses, rereading a passage, his lips moving silently as he grapples with the text's profound meaning. The quiet room amplifies the intensity of his study, the gentle turning of pages the only sound. Soft candlelight illuminates the faces of Hans's family, gathered for Shabbat. The air is thick with the comforting aroma of challah and traditional dishes. Laughter and gentle conversation fill the room, weaving a tapestry of warmth. Each face reflects love and connection in the gentle glow of the candles. An atmosphere of peace settles over the family, united in tradition. Amidst the city's vibrant chaos, Hans stands firm, his voice a beacon against the tide. His words rise above the urban symphony, each syllable a strike against prejudice. With unwavering conviction, he combats anti-Semitism, his voice echoing through the streets. He actively speaks out against hate, his words a challenge to the indifference of the crowd. He promotes understanding and tolerance, hoping to ignite empathy in the hearts of passers-by. His words hang in the air, planting seeds of hope in the bustling city street. Sunlight drenches the community center, promising a day of warmth and connection. Hans, a beacon of kindness, greets visitors with a genuine, inviting smile. He extends a helping hand, easing the burden of donations with effortless grace. Boxes overflow with generosity, symbols of a community united in spirit. Laughter and chatter fill the air, creating a vibrant, welcoming symphony. Hans's gentle presence transforms the center into a haven of hope and camaraderie. Candlelight bathes Hans's home, shadows dancing on faces during Yom Kippur. Prayer books lie open, the air heavy with solemn reflection and hushed whispers. Hans sits apart, his gaze distant, lost in contemplation of life's journey. The silence is profound, broken only by rustling pages and soft murmurs. Atonement hangs in the air, a silent plea for forgiveness and renewal. Hans, remorse etched deep in his eyes, gazes at his family, his voice cracking with the weight of regret. "I am so sorry for the pain I have caused you all," he whispers, extending his hands in a gesture of desperate apology. Tears stream down the children's faces as they surge forward, their small arms reaching for their father. His wife follows, her expression a poignant blend of sorrow and profound relief. The family unites in a tight, heart-rending embrace, seeking solace and forgiveness in their shared pain. Under the bright daylight, Hans walks, his hand intertwined with his wife, their children close. Their figures stand out, a united family walking through the bustling city. Each step forward, a silent promise of brighter days and shared futures. They are a beacon of hope, a testament to healing and new beginnings. In their togetherness, a profound symbol of reconciliation resonates through the city streets. In the soft glow of night, Hans tenderly tucks his children into their beds, a scene of familial warmth and love. His voice, a soothing balm, fills the room with tales of brave Jewish heroes and their unwavering courage. He whispers of standing up for what is right, his words planting seeds of resilience and moral strength. The children listen, eyes wide with wonder, absorbing lessons of bravery that echo in the quiet room. Bathed in the soft bedside lamp's glow, Hans and his wife lie entwined, a haven of peace amidst the quiet night. Their faces, softly illuminated, tell a story of trials overcome, of love rekindled and cherished anew. In each other's arms, they find solace, grateful for the second chance life has tenderly bestowed upon them. The room breathes with their shared contentment, a sanctuary built on resilience and the enduring power of love. Sunlight dapples the quiet graveyard as Hans walks among weathered tombstones, shadows stretching long in the morning light. He pauses before an empty tombstone, its surface smooth and unmarked, a blank slate amidst the carved histories. A gentle breeze whispers through the trees, carrying the scent of damp earth and the promise of blooming flowers. Hans stands tall, his gaze firm and resolute, no longer gripped by the fear of death. A newfound determination burns within him, a beacon against the quiet stones. He embraces the present, ready to live a life filled with purpose and meaning, a stark contrast to the silent tombs. Hans, a beacon of warmth, engages deeply in Jewish community events, his face radiant with pride and fellowship. He passionately advocates for peace, his powerful words uniting a diverse crowd in mutual understanding. Close up, Hans embraces his children, his eyes overflowing with boundless love and tenderness. The montage captures Hans's profound commitment to cultural harmony and unity. The camera focuses on Hans's beaming face, filled with hope and a deep sense of purpose. A heartwarming family dinner culminates the montage, laughter echoing, celebrating the sacred bonds of family. Inside the synagogue, the warmth of family envelops Hans amidst the Yom Kippur service. Soft light bathes the synagogue in a reverent glow, illuminating faces turned in prayer. Hans stands among his community, his lips moving silently, his heart filled with devotion. A profound sense of sincerity washes over him in the sacred space. He feels a deep gratitude, knowing he has atoned for his sins. The stained glass windows cast colorful patterns, enriching the spiritual moment. On a bustling city street, Hans looks up at the sky, a serene smile gracing his lips. His eyes reflect the sunlight, mirroring a newfound sense of peace and contentment. A deep breath fills his lungs, carrying with it the weight of past burdens now lifted. Hans finds redemption, embracing a new life overflowing with love and unwavering faith. In his heart, a profound sense of purpose ignites, guiding him forward with renewed vigor.